Hello everyone and welcome to another video here on the channel. As always, I'm delighted to be joined by Mr. Critical himself, Ewan, and today we are going to be doing another ranking video because all the World Tour kits have come out. Thank you EF Education Easypost for being very late. But yeah, Ewan, what's the rules and how are we going to do it today?
Well, we have all of the jerseys of the World Tour teams confirmed, as you mentioned. They're all down below, and we have this tier system. If you've seen a tier list before, you will know how this one works. But if you've never seen it before, well, we go through each of these jerseys. We'll rank them on this scale of 5, beginning with haute couture, which is, of course, world-class fashion, going down to now we're talking a good jersey, nothing horrible, average, a very inoffensive, meh, starting to go into the bad territory. Then finally, the fashion crime for those who should go to the International Court of Justice and stand in front of a jury to explain their fashion choices for 2022. Nevertheless, Scott, shall we kick off with everybody's favorite French team, Cofidis, who this year have brought on the jersey designers from major European sportswear store Decathlon to design their jersey in 2022. It's certainly different from last year, looking a little bit more sleek, I'd say.
Yeah, I definitely like this. I would say now we're talking.
It looks classic. It's clean. I'd say now we're talking. It's definitely an upgrade on where they were last year.
Yeah, and like many of these kits, you can see they have a very distinct white color to them as well. But next we're coming to Israel's, well, no, not Israel Stardom Nation, Israel Premier Tech, of course. And yeah, if you're following us on Instagram, we did a poll on all the kits, well, except EF Education. And yeah, this was actually the winning kit, beat Bora in the final, and that was over 10,000 people who took part in that. So yeah, I would definitely put this in top tier. I don't know about you, Ewan. I think it's a very nice kit. Even seen Jakob Fuglsang donning this jersey a few days ago as well.
Yeah, I think this is a really, really nice kit. Very classy. And the mosaic pattern looks very, very nice. Certainly an upgrade once again from where they were last year. And I'm excited to see this jersey in the bunch. Hopefully it stands out with all this white and blue.
So next we come to the kit that might be winning in the Tour de France this year, Uae Team Emirates. And yeah, Ewan, what do you think of this kit?
It looks the same. I think there's some slight changes in terms of its styling, but essentially it is the same. It looks fairly inoffensive. I would put it in average.
Yeah, I
If I'm
think you're
honest,
right.
as well, given that they haven't put in the effort to change it as well, makes me a little bit more lackluster towards it.
But anyways, now we come to the kit that we've all been waiting for, EF Education Easypost. And Ewan, was it worth the wait? We've seen their Giro kits over the past years being very nice, but do you think this is the kit to take the crown once again?
This is my favorite kit of the year. I think it's fantastic. Ever since EF and Rafa collaborated in 2019, they haven't made a bad kit. This one it's challenging in terms of the styling on it. The logo is at a slight angle. It's asymmetric. It's very, very nice. And I think it's going to be unlike anything we're going to see in the next couple of years in cycling fashion.
So next we come to Bahrain Victorious. Of course, we saw Bahrain Victorious changing their kit up, going for a white kit during the Tour de France in the beginning. But we've also seen them very colorful in the last couple of years. I particularly like their 2019 kit, of course. But Ewan, do you think this very festering red kit is a nice kit?
Yeah, once again, it's asymmetric. It looks clean. The little patches of orange and black in it look very cool. It's geometric almost. And given that Bahrain have ever so slightly changed it, they put in the effort to do that. And also with a new clothing provider, they sneakily changed clothing provider in the middle of 2021. And this kit looks nice. There's nothing to complain about here.
Yeah, where would you put it? I'm kind of thinking now we're talking, but that's not really fair because the kit was really nice the year before as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very similar. There's less black on this year's like upper jersey, which I think is nicer. I'll give you the call on this one.
Giving me the responsibility of this one, Bahrain Victorious. Okay, I'll put Bahrain Victorious in now we're talking.
So let's head over to a team that's had a lot of changes this year, including its name. This is Astana Kazakhstan. That's Kazakhstan with a Q. And they have ever so slightly changed the jersey in terms of the sponsoring, but it's still got this geometric fade, which it's good. It's nice. I think it's classier than the old Astana kits where it was the plain white and black shorts. And the geometric fade, I think, provides something a little bit different in the World Tour, something that we're maybe missing.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. Where would you put it though? I really like the blue and as you said, the fade, but it hasn't really changed that much since last year.
No, I think like the whole bread and butter of it is the same. I would put it in Now We're Talking. We're very positive today, aren't we?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Here we go.
Here we come. The kit that we gave, the one of the worst kits. Of course, we made a video about it. We put it on the top 10 worst kits of all time, the 2021 kit, and here for the 2022 kit. Ewan, do you think the slight improvements have done anything to the kit?
I think the kit is cool. It's taken me a year to get used to. I have changed. And there's this one thing I really like in terms of their branding. I think it's inside the collar that they could work with more. It's this Argyle light blue and brown pattern. I think that's really cool. And it's there in a lot of the branding. It's not necessarily evident on the main jersey, but I think it's cool. I think it's different. You are going to disagree with me. I'm going to put this in Now We're Talking. It's taken me a year to think that, but I think you're going to head towards creme against fashion.
I would have put it in meh, but I mean, we can split the difference and put them in average, but yeah, this is really weird.
I'll go for meh because I can already hear the comments complaining about the brown shorts.
You're going for meh? Okay, we'll put it in meh then. Okay, now we're coming to a bit different kit, let's say, and yeah, Ewan, do you want to introduce it?
This is Jerry Adams' lovely Australian team, Bike Exchange Jayco, as they'll be known in 2022. They have changed their kit quite drastically. They've also changed their bike sponsor. So gone is the Bianchi Celeste. And now we have this blocky blue fade between white, turquoise, and royal blue. The shorts look cheap. They look like something you could buy off wish.com. The jersey, I think it had the blueprints to be very, very nice. It maybe if the shorts were like a navy, like a darker gray, bluey navy or black, I think it could have been really, really nice, but the shorts really let me down in this one. And once again, they've come up with a not so nice kit. In fact, I'd say the women's one is nicer with the hint of purple in it, but this one, it's not really tickling my fancy, and I think it's going to get forgotten in the peloton, to be honest.
So do you want to go for meh or fashion crime?
This is your call. You haven't commented yet.
Fashion crime, because I absolutely think that kit is horrendous. Sorry, Bike Exchange. But swiftly moving on before the Australians come and find my address. Groupama FDJ, they have had this kit blue, white, and red for a long time now. They changed it a bit this year as well. Hasn't changed it that much, but I think the women's kit looks really nice again. And yeah, what do you think of the men's kit? I'm drawn towards putting it in average, really, or even meh.
Well, the women's kit is very, very nice, designed by Gobic. And this one, I don't know. I think it looks dated. I think it looks tired ever since they came out with it in 2018 when they had that mid-season sponsor change. I'm not very enthusiastic about the Groupama jersey, even if it is nationalistic. It's got the tricolore on the jersey, which I think is really nice. Not many other teams honor their national roots quite as much. And I would go for Matt as well. I'm not particularly fond of this one.
So as our key French fan, you put two of the French kits in meh. So anyways, next we come to the new home of Alexander Christophe, Intermarché Wanty Group Quebec, and they have changed the kit a bit. They've got a very asymmetric kit. Do you think it's an improvement of last year? Kind of think it is an improvement, but I didn't really like the kit last year either. It looked like it was just this Frankenstein kit that they put together.
Yeah, I didn't like the kit last year. Sorry to Stycycle Design on Twitter, who actually created it as almost a fan on looking. This year, they haven't gone on board with him again. Instead, they've gone for this kit design. It's almost like Gianni Savio's drone hopper with the array of sponsorships on the chest, but the sleeves look very, very cool. They're going to stand out in the bunch with the bright yellow and blue sleeves. You can already see in a lot of their Twitter and Instagram marketing that they're going for the yellow and blue sort of scheme, and I think that's cool. I think it's different to anything we've seen in the Pro Peloton for a while, and I don't know, because the chest lets me down. No, it can't be Now We're Talking. What are you thinking? Do you think it's that nice?
Well, I think it's an improvement on last year. So where was last year in comparison to this? Fashion crime?
I would have put last year in meh.
Oh, okay, so we call this average then?
Yeah.
Now we come to a Belgian team in the peloton, lots of Soudal, of course, with Caleb Ewan looking to spearhead that team for Tour de France stage glory this year. And yeah, does their kit reflect that, Ewan?
Well, it feels like it's Groundhog Day. We're in the start of the 2017 season. This is almost a carbon copy of the front of that kit. In that year, it was relatively successful. Andre Greipel got Giro stage wins, and the team were pretty on form. This year, I don't think it's going to be quite as successful. They have the doubt of relegation, and this jersey is not really making me want them to stay in the World Tour, to be quite honest. It's boring, but at least it's not got white shoulders.
So yeah, I don't know. Do we punish them for basically copying themselves?
It's a shame because the kit last year I think was really
Yeah, I
classy,
thought it was
really,
really
really
good
nice,
as well.
very Weimar Republic. This year, nah, it's not it.
Meh
Meh.
or fashion crime. Okay.
It's not offensive. It's not horribly designed. I
Yeah,
just
that's
think
true.
it's late.
So next we come to everyone's favorite Netflix stars, and that is Movie Star, of course. And they've gone for this very dark themed jersey this year. And yeah, very different. We've seen the M in all different colors, light blue and green as well. But now we have got this very light blue, darkened light blue. And Ewan, what do you think of this kit?
I don't know how I feel about this kit, to be honest. I'm a bit like Movistar at the moment. I'm very meh about it all. People are saying that it looks like the 2017 Team Sky kit when they had the little bars on the chest. I don't know. This is not lighting my fire, but it's not relatively inoffensive. I'd put it in meh, to be quite honest.
It doesn't really stand out. So from a sponsorship perspective, it's a bit like you want to be seen, and it doesn't really lend itself to that. But anyway, speaking of a team that we can clearly see the kit of, that is Jumbo Visma and Ewan. They've changed the kit up once again a bit. We saw them in the Tour de France going for a bit of a grayish kit, but now they are more back to the central yellow with a dark stripe in the middle. But again, another asymmetric kit. So following your liking.
Yeah, I think it's a nice kit. Once again, Jumbo Visma have a very, very solid shirt to wear for the year. I think it's better than last year. I wasn't the biggest fan of the fully black sleeves last year, but this year's kit is very sleek. And the yellow stands out in the bunch. We're definitely going to be able to see these bumblebees across the year. And we have the added bonus of a certain Tour de France kit. So I would say this goes in Now We're Talking.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. But anyways, going to another team that has not enjoyed the similar success that Jumbo Visma has in 2021, and that is Team DSM. And yeah, it hasn't really changed that much from last year.
Yeah, DSM, I think this is an awful jersey. It's not inspiring. It's very boring. I'm not surprised people want to leave the team because of it. Um, but no, I don't know. I'm verging on the bottom too. I really didn't like it last year, and this year I'm even more frustrated that they haven't bothered to change it, even though no one was like ecstatic about the kit.
Just to remind everyone, you used to be a Sunweb fan, so
Exactly. One of my favorite kits of all time is that 2015-16 kit. I think that's absolutely beautiful. This though, it ain't it. It's not nice.
so where do you want to put it? Meh or worse? We're
What are
gonna
you
get
thinking?
well, I don't really like the kit. I think it's very bland, and in the bunch, it really quickly disappears because of the dark tone to it. So I'm not really a fan.
Let's put this in meh.
You survived for another time. But now we come to where the world champion resides, and that is, of course, Quickstep Vinyl Floors, as they will be known in 2022. And they, of course, with a new sponsor, they changed the kit. And yeah, I must say that I really like their 2021 kit. So I'm not a fan of this kit, to be honest.
I also hate it. I think it's quite frankly disgusting.
Oh, wow.
Apologies to Quickstep Alpha Final because they're going to be winning a lot in the next year. It reminds me of the 2017 kit, which is one of my least favorite kits in recent years. I think it looks dated. You can tell that they've moved away from their old clothing provider because the sleek design isn't there. The white sleeves with quite poor sponsorship placements just doesn't tickle my fancy. And the fade as well is very 2018-19 in terms of the trends in cycling fashion. I really despise this, and I would put this in crime against fashion.
Yeah, well, I feel like Bike Exchange shouldn't be alone last. So yeah, we'll put it there. And yeah, luckily Julian Philippe doesn't have to wear this because he's wearing the World Championships jersey. But now we come to Trek Segafredo. And of course, we've seen Trek Segafredo change their kits a number of times throughout the years. And yeah, this year they're going for that very white, but I just think it's quite boring.
I really like this. I think it's very neat. It's very like the team has
Yeah,
an
okay,
Italian
neat. Yeah,
identity,
fair enough. I'll give you that.
and it's sleek. I also really like the placement of the Pirelli on the sleeves, just to give it like a yellow touch as well, to make it a little
That's
bit more
true.
eye-catching. Since we've lost the big little logo from Quickstep Alpha Vinyl, we now have a new patch of yellow on the sleeves to follow, and I really like this. I would buy this.
That's the only kit you've said that about. Where would
I
you put it?
mean, now we're talking.
Okay, fine. Since you and most people on Instagram liked it, I'll just succumb to you guys. But now we're coming to one of the kits that have drawn the most excitement out of the World Tour kits, well, before EF Education and Israel. That was, of course, bora-hansgrohe coming with this very re-innovated kit that they've done courtesy of Cole. Yeah, Ewan, you're a big fan of this. It goes down in your criteria of being asymmetric. Yeah, where would you put it?
I really, really like this. I would put this in haute couture, to be quite honest. I think it's a fantastic kit, challenging sort of most of the norms that we'd assume in cycling fashion design. And the red patch looks cool. If you see the shorts as well on certain Bora riders' Instagram stories, it looks very nice. And I'm all here for it for the new era bora-hansgrohe, especially given that they're searching more for Grand Tour success in 2022.
So anyways, now we're going to come to our last team on the list, and that is, of course, the Imperious Ineos Grenadiers. And yeah, I must say, Ewan, I was a big fan of their 2021 kit. So I was a bit dismayed when I saw this kit. It looked like a fusion between two of the kits. And yeah, I'm not really too bothered about this kit, really.
Yeah, it looks like a tacky version of their 2019 and 2020
Yeah,
kits sort of
mashed
mixed
together.
together in a almost artificial format. I don't like this. I would put this in meh.
So yeah, another team in meh. And of course, that's basically it for our list. And you can see it here. We've got 3 teams up in the top tier, 2 teams in the bottom tier. And Ewan, which is your favorite kit and which is your worst kit out of this list?
My favorite kit is EF Education Easypost, and my least favorite kit is Quickstep Alpha Vinyl.
Fair enough. Mine's Israel is my favorite, and maybe we'll see Jakob Fuglsang win a Tour de France stage in it. And Bike Exchange, you're unfortunately going to be my least favorite kit. That's basically it for this video. Make sure to let us know down in the comments what you think of the kits. Always get involved in the chat. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.